Horns up and welcome to a brand new and hopefully not too painful episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. If you have no idea what I am talking about, please click on the I button here and watch my earlier episode to find out what I am talking about. And you're going to need to watch that episode any which way because I made Thai red curry paste on that episode. Yes, and today we're here to make the Thai curry itself. Now, why was it painful? Well, I used my bare hands to handle the chilies and they've been burning since then. Well, then being yesterday and today being another day. But nonetheless, be careful when you handle those fiery hot Thai red chilies. Anyway, today we're going to be making a delicious keto Thai red curry with some pork meat. And if you don't eat pork, no problem, you can make this with chicken, beef, lamb, kangaroo, ostrich, emu, vegetables, fish, prawns, lobster. I mean, the world is your oyster. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my pork and I'm going to cut it into small pieces. Now I'm using pork shoulder for this recipe, which is a slightly tougher cut of pork and takes a little while to cook but is very delicious, so it's definitely worth it. Anyway, while I was cutting that pork, I realized that I had bought bone-in pork by accident, so I abandoned cutting the bone-free pieces and just left it as it was. Now you're probably wondering what we're doing with three different looking eggplants. Well, this recipe uses Thai eggplant, and since I don't get that in India, I bought three different varieties of eggplant. I thought I'll see what the difference is and use the one that makes the most sense. Anyway, I cut all three open and they all three pretty much look the same. So I said, what the hell, I'll use all three in the curry. So I just chopped them up into nice little big chunks. Now sometimes eggplant can be a bit bitter and I have no idea about these little mini eggplants that I bought. So I lightly seasoned it with some salt, gave it a good mix and let it just sit for about 10 minutes so that if there's any bitterness, it will be removed with the salt. So after about 10 minutes, I patted those eggplants dry with some paper towels and then they were ready to use. So to start our curry, I'm going to get a wok on the stove and I'm going to heat it up. And then I'm going to pour in about 100 ml or maybe even a little less of coconut cream. Yes, we're using coconut cream because it has higher fat than coconut milk. But of course, if you don't get coconut cream, coconut milk is fine. Anyway, just let that bubble away and you will see the oil from the coconut milk sort of separate. You'll see these little bubbles and the foaming. And when you see that happening, that's when it's ready. So at this point, we're going to put in our red curry paste that we made. And then of course give it all a good mix. Now basically you're going to fry this curry paste in the coconut oils and the milk and it's going to become all like fragrant and delicious. Now into this I'm also going to add some stevia, powdered stevia for sweetness and a tablespoon of fish sauce and give it all a good mix. Now if you don't like stevia, you can use any other keto sweetener or you can skip it even. I use it because a spicy curry needs a little bit of sweetness as well. Anyway, once that curry is nice and fragrant, in goes my pork. And of course, give it all a good mix. Now, I really want to get some color on this pork and get some flavor into it. Now, normally, I don't think they do this when they're cooking Thai curry. They won't really brown or sear the meat as much. But I thought I'd try something a little different, so I'm doing that. I'm cooking it on a nice high heat. Gonna keep stirring it or maybe not stirring it till it gets some color on one side. Then flip it over and you can see my pork is starting to get a nice color. And with that curry paste, it just smells like Bangkok in my house. Seriously, it smells like a Bangkok street food street, I guess. Anyway, once your pork has been nicely browned and it has some color, in goes the rest of my coconut cream. And of course, don't forget to rinse the can out with some water. You don't want to waste any of that. You can also add a little more water if your coconut cream is not enough. And then of course, give it all a good mix. So now I'm going to bring this up to a boil and then turn the heat down, cover it and let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes till the pork is nice and tender. And as always, don't forget halfway through to open it up, give everything a good stir, make sure nothing is sticking and let it continue cooking. After about 10 to 15 minutes of cooking, hopefully the pork is tender, and in then goes my eggplant. Obviously, because the eggplant takes much less time to cook, that's why it's going in much later. So anyway, let that cook. I'm going to cover it and let it cook for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, I think our eggplant should be nice and tender. And at this point, I'm going to add in some aromatics. I'm going to add in some kaffir lime leaves, and I'm just going to tear them and add them so that their sort of fragrance is evoked into the curry. And I'm also going to be super brave and cut in 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 fresh Thai red chilies. Boy, I don't learn my lesson at all. Anyway, give that all a good mix and let it cook for another minute or 2. And after about a minute or 2, well, your curry is pretty much ready, and all you got to do is add in some fresh Thai basil. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the final good mix. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. My Thai red curry, which does not look red at all, with pork is now ready. Anyway, time to taste. Alright folks, it's time for me to taste this Thai curry, and I have to say, I'm a little disappointed it's not more red. I don't know, I think maybe it's the chilies I used that weren't red enough. My paste itself wasn't too red, it was more like sort of brownish red. But anyway, I have to be honest, it looks delicious even though it's not red. But anyway, let's taste. That has some heat. Oh, at the back of the throat heat. Oh, that is. But you know what? I swear I thought I was going to be like, oh my god, this is so spicy. But it's not. In fact, I've been told that the red curry is it's not the spiciest of the Thai curries. I believe the green curry is actually the spicier one. If you know, let me know in the comments which is the spiciest Thai curry. Anyway, let me taste some of that pork. That was a big piece. I could have probably cooked the pork a little longer, I think, but it's still not like chewy and hard or anything. It's just, it could have been a little more melt in the mouth, if you know what I mean. But hey, the meat in India is another story. Anyway, let me try the eggplant now, because I have no idea what these little eggplants taste like. Tastes like eggplant. Definitely cut smaller pieces of the eggplant, and then you can cook it for a shorter duration, because I think such a big piece doesn't really suck in all that flavor. But I do like the balance of sweetness that the stevia has given it. But I am sweating, guys. It's all, I mean, it's hot already in Mumbai, but the heat of the curry is definitely making me sweat. Anyway, I hope you guys like this recipe. I hope you're going to make this curry at home. Just remember, gloves, my friends, for the chilies. Anyway, enough jibber jabber from me. I will see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. Hey folks, I've got a fun little game for you to play. Without using Google, how many different Thai curries can you name? Leave your answers in the comments below. And of course, I've got more Thai curry recipes as well. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. I'm waiting for your answers.